The doctor said he'd never seen a rash so aggressive. Oh, hello, and welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast, episode whatever it is, 5. That's the one, yeah. And this week we are joined by ought to know better's Smarty, half Welsh and very tall. What are you, Smarty? Like 6 foot, 17 million?
Yeah, just a smidge under 16.
Just
16 million.
Yeah. You could say that is an ent among hobbits, because I think we're about average height, aren't we? In fact, you love. Where is it that you go in Wales on holiday all the time?
Pwllheli, or Neffin, Abersoch area.
You've a sock.
I'm an Abersocian.
He's got a sock.
Abersoch.
He's got a sock with him.
He's got a sock.
A radiator sock.
I think, and also. Smarty, as you well know, if you've seen this podcast before, me and Smarty have had heated debates about Crocs versus sliders. He is an avid croc wearer, and I think you've got, is it wool lined? Is that how?
Two pairs of fleece lined Crocs, yes.
Fleece lined, yeah. Ostrich fur, I believe. But I found this on the internet actually. I think I believe you've left some Crocs on the beach in Wales. I think are these yours?
That's what you guys look like trying to wear mine.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome this week, Smarty. How are we feeling? You all good?
Shabbat shalom. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. I'm a fanboy now. I watch it religiously. Usually when I'm on my way to Wales, actually, I usually chime in and say, lads are on. Sorry, I'm going to have to ignore you for a little bit.
Finger on the pulse. On the pulse. Kev, how we doing, mate? Apart from obviously, you up to your eyeballs in paracetamol. How we doing?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you. Yeah, good. Can't wait for tomorrow. It's been a long couple of weeks. This sounds big time. Just give me some football. I just realised I'm wearing purple as well. They wear purple tomorrow, don't fucking hell. Yeah, never mind.
We all know that you're a Leeds fan, mate. Don't worry. Yeah. James, I know you hate the international break, but have you got through okay, unscathed? You've not burnt down any Burnley trees? However,
I've burnt all the Burnley trees that there is because I've been so mad about this international break. I keep calling it a week. It's a break. Yeah, I am buzzing, mate. Buzzing for tomorrow to see the boys get out there, see if any of the new players have picked up some more of the way of playing this system. Yeah, really looking forward to it. They probably won't start tomorrow, but Solomon probably will. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about the Burnley game later on. But first, before we do, I've got in touch with Scott Parker, who's obviously the Burnley manager, and you know what his fashion's like. So we've come together to create like a hybrid of his Blardigan and just us as Nalpas. So I present to you, this is this week's sponsor, by the way, and if you are interested, please, you need to get in my DMs and we need to size you up. So here is, we called it an Alpigan. It's an Alpigan, and it will be out very shortly, and it's good for the winter months, obviously. Smarty, could you see yourself in one of them? We'd have to put like 4 of them together but
how many foreskins were slain in the making of this garment?
Well, I've only got one, so that was like
quite a lot then.
One elephant foreskin down.
Just James's and Kev's son together then.
Yeah.
Mittens, mate. He won't be making mittens. Yeah, not clothes. Yeah.
Mittens for the hamster.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get straight into it. Obviously, we are back from an international break. Sheffield United are playing tonight, so I will give you updates, and I've got a meme ready in case they lose. But yeah, let's get straight into it. First and foremost, Smarty, I would like to get your impressions of the new boys. That is
not good at impressions.
I'm sure. Leave the jokes to me, sir. You're on my podcast. No,
sorry, I keep forgetting I'm a guest. Sit down there and shut up. Stay in your place.
So were you very impressed with Tanaka, Ramazan? You know, the short sample that you've seen. Are you hopeful? Obviously, you've not seen Schmidt, but
the one that we obviously did see, Mr. Solomon, I thought I was very, very impressed with. I've made a very bold claim in stating that I think he's an upgrade on Somerville. Time will tell. But yeah, very impressed with Solomon. Like the way he moves. I like. Good evening, Einar. Hello, all the way in the Icelandic regions. Yeah, no, really, very impressed with Solomon. I think he's going to be a great addition, and he's, he's already said himself that he's not up to full pelt yet as well. So when he gets going, I think he's going to be an absolute menace in this league. Schmidt, obviously, we've not seen. Eo Tanaka looks tidy. However, we're given the benefit of a 2-0 when he came on. So time will tell with that. But you can see he moves the ball well. He passes the ball well. He's probably more than likely an upgrade on Kamara. Who else we got? Oh,
Ramazani.
Ramazani looks wick, doesn't he? He looks like he could be naughty. Yeah, I'm very well looking forward to seeing a few more minutes from him. He looks very, very good. I think he'll cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams.
Yes, especially when Solomon does get up to speed. I love obviously for the first goal when he just skinned two of their players. And it was a great cross as well, near post, and then obviously credit to Joseph to get across his man and just stick a foot on it, which I think your best mate Bamford doesn't do. I think, is that right?
No, it doesn't.
Best mate,
he has no feet. He has socks for toes, and that's why he's so shite.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. What about you, Kev? Have you enjoyed the international break?
No, not at all.
That's a fair.
Been shite.
Kev's just struggling with life, aren't you, mate? To be fair.
Yeah, I'm struggling to breathe and drink everything today. So, yeah, just give me Leeds, inject it in me, man, big time, because that's all I need right now.
I think you need like a mana rejuvenation potion or something, or you know what I mean. You need a witch doctor.
You need a Red Bull.
That's what it is, yeah. And we all love Red Bull, don't we, Smarty?
That's right. I've got a Red Bull tattooed across my chest.
Because
next to my 49ers tattoo.
I've just got a Red Bull in the garden.
Yeah, just painted blue. Right, that's pretty much it for that segment, really, because internationals are crap, aren't they? But let's get on to, in my opinion, a really good servant to the club. Obviously, we've seen Liam Cooper finally leave after all this time. And I want to get your thoughts on the lad, because he's now no longer Liam Cooper, but Comrade Cooper over in Sofia. I'll start with you, Kev, because you've got limited vocal range at the minute. So what's your thoughts on Cooper leaving and his time at the club, buddy?
Well, it's a hard one, this, because, I mean, I'm sure the three of us have been absolutely bashing Cooper for years now, saying he ain't good enough to play for us and he shouldn't be in the team anywhere near the side. But now he's gone, it just feels a little bit shit, really, because he's been here for that long. He was there through the promotion campaign. He was actually quite good that year. He's just a good role model for the whole team. He's really been good in the background, so it is sad to see him go. But I wish they would have given him a little bit more of like some media attention up until he's left, because he was really quiet, wasn't it? And feels a little bit that they've done him a little bit dirty for me, if I'm being honest. No testimonial either. They could have at least given him a game, stuff like that. So, yeah, for me, it just feels a bit meh. And it's all got out with a bit of a whimper instead of how it should have went out for him, really, considering how long he's been with the club. But I do wish him all the best over in, where is he? Czechia? It's Czechia now, isn't it? Bulgaria. Fucking hard shit. Yeah.
It's on Sunny Beach, mate, at the minute. He's getting a tattoo, a Red Bull on his toe.
That's it. It's nice weather over there.
Gosh, I should have known that Smarty had been there at some point. Yeah. Gosh, I'm
an international man of mystery. Yeah, about to say. I have to buy 3 plane seats just to get in, though. Excuse me?
One for you and 2 for your crop.
There's someone's just commented, and that's one of the best names of a YouTube name I've seen in ages.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Yeah,
I was just about to say this. I don't know. Your real name's probably Clive or Sebastian, but this Wife Trader Magazine PLC.
Yes.
Great work, sir. Thanks
Great
for
business.
the comment.
Excellent.
Yeah, thanks for the comment anyway. Like and subscribe if you don't already. Hello, Top Banana, mate. Welcome back. Right, we'll come to you, James. What's your thoughts on Liam Cooper? Obviously, there was going to what Kev says, do you think that he's been done dirty in a sense? But I think there was like an agreement between the club and Cooper that they won't, release any media or anything like that until he's actually found a club. Because let's not forget, he was linked with Hull. Apparently, that fell through. And he was linked with Derby. What's your thoughts, buddy?
Yeah, I think it's more that, because I think if he doesn't find anywhere, we keep him on in some capacity. Maybe he was just waiting for that club to be found. I think we might do a game for him next season. But I've always said, when he came in, Dave Hockaday was his manager. He'd come in quite young, quite promising from Chesterfield, and then he's just gone through this tirade of shite, and then we finally get a good manager, and it's probably just a little bit past it, you know. And I think Cooper is, on his day, he's actually a really good centre back. He's great in the air. He can score. He's got a pass on him, and some of the last ditch tackles he's pulled off over the years have been fantastic. He's just also had these times where he's just been Cooper, and you sort of go, oh. But it's also, you know, it's also what we love about fucking players of the past. They've got a bit of madness in them, and he'll go down as one of them. Great captain, fantastic around the club. Everyone, you know, speaks highly of him, and he will be missed just because of the person, not necessarily the player, but the player as well. So, all the best to him, and I do think we'll get him back in some way or form in the future, definitely. So, good luck.
Yeah, apparently he was a Leeds United fan, apparently, as he's growing up, but there's been conflicting reports that he was a Hull lad, a Hull fan, etc. But he's Leeds to us, isn't he? I do think, I mean, obviously, Rat Boy came out and said this, Angus Kinnear, his leadership as a warrior on the pitch, and I can't speak. And as ambassador of it, has been extremely to the core foundations, which has seen the club enjoy its most successful period for 2 decades. Now, obviously, he's a championship winner. He was there with Bielsa. And like you say, James, he's been through the shit, hasn't he, as a Leeds United player. Just before I come to you, Smarty, I saw these stats. This is from LUFC data. 284 appearances for Leeds United. That's mad, that, isn't it? Is he as in the comments here? Tom's put, even in all, can Cooper go down as a club legend? What do you think to that, Smarty lad? Is he a legend in the sense of that he's the servant to the club, not in your opinion? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I value that a lot more than some other things, to be fair. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry, mate. It's one of them, innit? I think it's down to interpretation of what someone's idea of a legend is, or an icon. You know, there's, you know, it's icon, absolutely. Legend depends how you frame it. But I suppose the fact that he's been here, you know, for so long, and he's been club captain, and he did take us up into the Premier League, I suppose it could be on the borderline. But my understanding of legend is very, very dissimilar to others, and I've caused and ruffled many a feather by having my opinions on who is a legend and who is not of this club. So for me, half a legend, a diet legend, maybe.
I like it.
Legend light.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
I mean,
legend.
Who's up there? Giuseppe Belushi? Bianchi?
Yeah. Diego Araga is up there. Cameron, Kebe, you know, the players. I mean,
Kevin Augustine.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Obviously, everyone knows Kevin Augustine, massive servant of the club. You know, that kind of a sort of player, definitely.
Here's one that'll be top your list, surely. Cameron Bothwick Jackson.
Oh, that little scum swine. Yes, another excellent servant to the club, along with Scott Wootton, of course, with the same ilk.
Scott Wootton. Honestly, one of the worst left backs I've ever seen, Scott Wootton. Honestly, I'd rather have my nan there, and she's got no legs. But anyway,
didn't he go through a period of games where he was just injuring all our players just by diving into them?
Yeah, it was absolutely horrendous, wasn't it? Bothwick Jackson
absolutely useless.
It was crap. But anyway, yeah. So, Kev, would you agree Cooper is? We'll go for in your opinion, is he a club legend?
Can you repeat that question? I don't know.
All right, yeah. I'm just saying, in your opinion, is Cooper a legend? In your opinion, mate?
I'm gonna have to agree with Smarty.
Diet legend.
Yeah. What makes him a diet legend for me is he was here through like massive hope and everybody like that. He's been through more owners than a lot of the players recently have. But when he comes to Leeds, is Liam Cooper in the same bracket as a Gary McAllister, as a Gordon Strachan, as a Lucas Radaby to me? I'd probably have to go with diet legend, but I do respect what he's done for our
He has done a lot.
Full of legends, isn't it? But yeah, he's up there, but he's not in that bracket because the other players just they've won stuff and all of that. And in my lifetime, they've done it. And Cooper was just there for our promotion season, but he did everything that he needed to do as a captain. And you can't respect anybody more for what he's done and for the time that he did it in, considering where we were, what we went through, and then what we've just recently been through. He was there for the entire thing. So yeah, Dyer.
Sound. What about you, James? Quite quickly, is Cooper a legend for you?
In some capacity, he is, yeah, because he embodies what I like in football players. They want to stay at a club and, grow with them and stuff. Like a Gary Kelly, big servant. So in some capacity, yeah, but in terms of ability and maybe what did he lead us at times and take games by the scruff neck? I know he's equalised against Cardiff, but maybe not. I don't have many legends in terms of what I think is a legend. It takes a lot for me to call somebody a legend, to be fair. So, but in some capacity, definitely.
Yeah, all right, that's fair enough. My thoughts on it. I'm sad to see him go. I'd like to see him as a bench option. There's a reason why managers throughout the years have picked him and the players have picked him as a captain. I think he's a good leader. Towards the end, I thought he were a bit Coopery, when you, especially when Sheffield United, it's burnt into my brain. Where was it when Basham scored the last minute winner when it was pissing down? But that's it's just things like that probably knocks him off top for me. But yeah, it goes with our blessing. And can I just ask, what's Pervader doing here? Seen Pervader's face?
He's just had a gobstopper, which is incredibly sour.
I think Robbie Gotts has just
finger up his.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Check his
temperature.
Got
a bit of Tyler Roberts' fringe in his mouth and he's choking on it. Yeah, is what's happening there.
Coconut butter.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kev, I want you to doctor's orders. I want you to go get some chicken soup.
Can I ask a question, by the way?
Yeah,
Do you guys know how many managers that Liam Cooper's played under?
No. I hope you tell me.
I'd say double figures.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's definitely double. Well, go around the room. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm kind of like taking your job away from you. Who is this guy?
Comes on here.
I'm gonna
go. On here. Starts throwing quizzes about. Who's this guy? Go on, Kev.
I'm gonna go for 11.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah.
Ooh. James.
Any? Are you all right, James? Are you there?
Lower or higher?
15.
I'm going to go 12.
James is
15.
bang on. 15.
15. Oh my God, man, that's mental.
Bloody hell.
15 managers. 15 managers.
That is. That's yeah. See you later, Kev.
Dave Ockeder.
All right, see you later, guys. See you all Sunday night. Cheers, man.
Yep. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm going to put you. I'm going to leave you there. Actually, it's 2 against 1 now, Smarty. So
leave the hat boy down at the bottom.
Yeah. I don't like you hat boys. Well, Paul, I've seen your comment, mate. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Yeah. So Cooper moves on with our blessing and love.
You were a good guy, wasn't he, Cooper?
On and off the pitch. Yeah.
I mean, his form was questionable. His form was questionable in a few seasons. He always seemed to drag that name of League One Liam around with him, unfairly, I think, on a lot of occasions as well. But then again, he did do a lot of, like you've already said, Danny, a lot of Cooperisms. During the Bielsa sort of era, I thought he was great, an ambassador for the club. An exemplary captain as well. Throughout his captaincy, I've always thought he's been really, really a great example of what it means to be Leeds and the famous if you don't want to be here then F off sort of stuff. That just he completely embodies Leeds United, and I'm sad to see him go from that sort of human level, but I knew it was time. In fact, for the last few seasons, I've thought this guy needs to go. A few others as well. Your Bamfords. I'm not an advocate for Patrick Bamford, really. But on the same sort of level, the human. I'm sure Patrick Bamford's a lovely guy, and I don't wish any bad on him or anything. It's just that I don't feel like they're performing as well as what sort of criteria or the level of player that we need right now. I think they're way below par or what we should have in our squad. So unfortunately, that's the thing when you've got players like that, players that have been around a club for a long time, that you've seen the glory years, they've seen the best of them, and then they start to get a little bit worse, and the form dies off. You don't want to think of them in their sort of twilight years at the club, thinking, "Oh God, he's shit now," when they've been so good, and they've played so well and doing so much for the club. So it's the right time for him to go, definitely. Yeah,
I agree with Bamford as well. I just feel like he's just going to see out his. We'll talk about Bamford shortly, but we need another one, if you ask me. Right, so we're on 21 minutes, so let's get into this week's guest the player before we talk about anything else. Smarty, have you got your thinking cap on? There it is. Right, so everyone, if you've not been here before, please first of all like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 followers, subscribers. That would be much appreciated. What we do is basically you've got someone in a room with the face blurred out with a box or whatever, and there's clues within that picture, and you've got to guess who this player is. So this is this week's guess the player. So who do you think this person is? I can tell you that this person does not like vampires, hence the clues. So 3, 2, and 1. That is your 10 seconds. Let me go round the room. Get in the comments as well if who you think it is. I will go with Smarty first. So who do you think it is?
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the Blade references. I'm thinking, is it Wesley Snipes? But obviously not.
Or is it?
I don't know.
Is it a double bluff?
That's what I mean. I don't know.
Does.
I think it could be Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons.
Oh, it's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. What about you, James? Who do you think it is?
See, I'm thinking it's somebody that doesn't like crosses, hence vampire. So I'm thinking a goalie, Bamford. But then I can't. Well, yeah, I can't really. I don't know. I forgot the goalie's name.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting it's proper now. It's serious, this, isn't it? It's not a piss take.
Wow,
is it?
We say that. We had Caesar last week, so
you can't pin me down, Smarty. You can't pin me down.
He's forever pushing the boundaries,
breaking our brains.
Right, so we've got. Who do you think it is then? Smarty, you're gonna go with.
Yeah, I'm sticking.
Wesley.
Sticking with. Yeah, Wesley. I did say Wesley Snipes, but then I went Krusty the Clown. But we'll stick with Wesley Snipes. But yeah, we'll see.
James, who do you think it is? Oh, Nana, did you say?
It's a goalkeeper, but I don't know. I can't think of the name, so I'm just going to say Graham.
I need a name. Onana. What's his name? Onana.
No, I said Graham Souness.
Graham Souness. You think this is Graham Souness, do you?
Not really, but that's who I'm saying.
Right, okay, let's have a look in the comments then.
It's got to be Furpo, hasn't it? It's got
David Batter, we've got Eric Backer, we've got Funia Jerpo, which is a new one. Well, here we are. This is what you saw, and this is who it is. It is indeed Junior Firpo, because he's actually a double bluff. He likes Blade, but not Twilight. And he's got Leeds United, Real Betis, and Barcelona there. I've been pushed to do this because he's actually taking up acting. And he's in the new series. He's a vampire hunter killer. And it's called Flayed. And there he is. So coming to, I think it's Netflix or Amazon. I LUTV, I believe. It might be out there. Yeah, but yeah, so once Flayed. So once again, nobody wins. I told you it was too easy, James, before. But yeah, let's move on then. Let's move on. Lewis Cook, just using Les Ray. You love all the old Leeds players. Let's talk quickly about this because this seems to be the hot topic right now. Can't see myself spending £100 on new Adidas top. As nice as it is, I could get 1/5 of the Oasis ticket for that. We're just talking off air about that, won't we, Smarty?
Yes.
Will you be getting it?
Yes, I buy everything. I heavily invest in the clothing range at Leeds United, much to my missus's or my better half's distress. He's bought something else. Yeah, I would rather buy 5 of those trefoil tops than even one Oasis ticket. I'm sorry, I don't agree with the whole what's his name? What's his name again? Sorry, Paul O'Connell. Sorry, Paul. You won't catch me. You won't catch me queuing up and having 19,000 computer screens open to go and watch Oasis. Sorry, mate.
That's true. That's true. James, are you a fan of the new merch dropping? Before we move on.
Yeah.
Sound.
Right. Let's move on then. So obviously there has been a massive exclusive from the Square Ball where this orc has been talking to them, and he's dropped a few things, and I'd like to just talk about a few things. So firstly, as a season ticket holder, Smarty,
entitled. You forgot the entitled bit before that. You need to go back.
Sorry, as an entitled season ticket holder, Smarty.
Thank you.
In the Upper East Stand, I believe.
Absolutely not. I'm not in the pagan seats. I'm with the ruffians in the South Stand.
In the mosh pit. Do you think? I want to get your thoughts specifically, because what would you think of they're talking about doing to 53,000, and I've seen I won't name him, but a certain person on Twitter say it might affect the atmosphere. Do you agree that? Because it's one of them where when we're winning, we're doing well, it's a sellout. But if you go back to like 10 years ago, where you were only getting 15,000 there, 20,000 at least. What's your thoughts on that, bud?
My first thought is atmosphere ? Because the atmosphere at Elland Road has been absolutely dire for a couple of seasons now. The best one, we've not had it. In fact, the season where we were getting pumped week in, week out when Bielsa was still in charge and we managed to stay up, that's probably one of the best atmospheres, like seasons, for a while. Before that, when we were getting 17 to 21,000 fans, it were brilliant. It were great, even though we didn't have, large, crowds or whatever. We just had quite little swathes, little swarms of Leeds fans, here, there, and everywhere. It was still good, but I just think that the East, it is the East Stand. The East Stand and the South Stand aren't being touched. It's only the Cop and the West Stand that's been doing it, and the West Stand is way overdue an upgrade. It's horrible. It's like a chuffing cowshed in there. It's not a nice place to be. So that's well overdue. I would assume that the away fans will stay roughly in that sort of area of the ground. I don't think they're going to be getting put anywhere else. So we'll still have that bit of backwards and forwards as a South Standian. I'll still have one of them. I'll still be there. But no, I don't think it will much. I think most of the noise is generated from the South Stand anyway, and the cheese wedge, and then obviously the Cops there in the middle. You don't get much. You get a bit of joining in from the East, but the West Stand's like a frigging doctor's waiting lounge, and it's terrible. So I don't think it's going to affect it. It can only get better, in my opinion. The Cop, obviously, being bigger, might do it. It needs an injection of some soul in there, because I used to sit in the Cop I've been in the South Stand 10 years now, and it used to be a bit minging in the Cop. Like, it wasn't great. Yeah. I wanted to, that's why I moved to South Stand, because South Stand were always rocking, and Cop were always a little bit, ugh. It's full of moaning old miserable men like Gilly. That's the sort of fan that you have predominantly in that stand. They're all miserable. It's like, fucking hell, man. This is shit. So I moved over to the South, and I have time of my life in there. It's always rowdy in the South Stand. It's a good crack. So sorry for a little bit of a long-winded answer, but yeah, I think it might improve it rather than hinder it, if I'm honest.
What's your thoughts on that, James? Do you think, because they're talking about, we've seen the plans, and they're talking about maybe, because you can't do the Elland Road side, you can do the West Stand the same as the East Stand.
Yeah,
maybe like I can join in onto the South Stand as well.
I can't see how increasing the capacity can make the atmosphere worse, because you're going to get a whole raft of new fans that couldn't get in before being able to come in. I think it'll massively improve the atmosphere, but also it depends on where we're playing in the stadium, because in the Championship we seem to have this sort of like superiority complex where we think we should be battering every team, and if we're not doing it, it can get a bit, do you know what I mean? But in the Premier League it always sounded, and when I was there it was always quite raucous, because we're in the big time. But so I don't think it'll make it worse. It will make it better, I think.
Yeah, he did. He went on to say that there'd be more corporate seats because that's where the in-game revenue would come in. I mean, I tend to agree with him, but he'll expect like the season ticket waiting list to come down as well. And he said that not a lot leave every year, so hopefully that could sort it out. Because I liked how he pressed him and he said, "Well, people have paid for it, so they need to know." And he said, "Well, we'll have to look into it."
There'll be a lot of people on that waiting list that won't want to be on the list anymore because we're not in the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that's a wild accusation, but it's true. Before Bielsa, no one were interested. I couldn't give my ticket away to anyone. If I couldn't make a game, I could not literally give it away for free. There was that little interest in Leeds United. Bielsa changed the whole thing. We went up to Premier League. People clamber for to try and get down there, and then that's when that obviously generates demand and etc. etc. The memberships that you've paid money for, the waiting list. I dare say half of the people on that waiting list probably wouldn't want to frigging be on the waiting list anymore, but they've paid for it, so they're there.
I agree. Well, you also go on to talk about the Red Bull investment, which is a especially subject for you, Smarty.
Yes,
obviously you love the old Red Bull.
I'm very much an advocate for Red Bull. I think it's a very lucrative special deal that hopefully will be able to continue for many a generation.
Do you think it's a smart investment? Because apparently it's under new. Just to be clear, they've said that it's not the same management as we're not going to invest if we don't own the club. Apparently it's under new management. I just want to get the brand out there. Hence why Leeds got there first. They're on our shirts, and now we're seeing them drop around like the is it Everton, one of them? I believe.
Newcastle, I think.
I'm not sure.
One.
Yeah, there's going to be a few, and Angus did say that in the interview, didn't he? He said that obviously we were the first. The obviously a very lucrative sponsorship deal. Obviously they've bought a certain stake. You all right?
Yeah, sorry, I was just doing that. Sorry, go on.
Is that a new form of communication?
Yeah.
Is that your panic word? Oh, help me! Help me! I'm under attack. Anyway, sorry, digress again.
I'm just going to go and grab a drink, Dan. I'm running out. I need to go and get a drink, mate. Is that all right?
All right. Yeah. Go on then. Fine.
Yeah, don't mind us, James. You're all right, mate. Sound. It's not like we're live or anything.
It's all right. People know not to expect it.
2 minutes Turkish. No, I think it's a brilliant deal for us. And there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of cynics in the fan base, shall we say, that think it's spelling the end of Leeds United as we know it. And we're going to be taken over eventually by Red Bull and become Red Bull Leeds and blah 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 blah. But I think anyone who's got a pessimistic sort of mindset will think that. I mean, yes, there is a strong argument to say that could potentially happen, but the FA made it exceptionally difficult for anyone even wanting to do that. Now it has to be. I think it has to be like. I'm sure I've heard that there would have to be a vote, like a fan-based vote of whether we would accept a name change and this, that, the other. It has to be some sort of like consortium-based vote or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't quote me. Don't cut this. But yeah, he said that there's absolutely no chance, especially under him, that any sort of name changes or anything like that will happen. And I believe him. Sometimes you just got to put your faith in the people that are in charge of the club. And he doesn't have a lot of credit, Angus Kinnear, but I think, given the questions that were put to him, he always answers them well. And at the end of the day, people were flapping during the transfer window and at the end of last season, stuff like that. We have come up and we've come out all right at the end of the tunnel. So I think we just got to trust in that they will make the right decisions, and that the 49ers hopefully will be here for a long time before they decide to sell to Red Bull. Red Bull might, they've said it's just an investment. And why wouldn't you do? Why wouldn't you do? Anyone that can jump on the 49ers consortium train and put a bit of more.
Oh, you have been challenged by the Quizmaster, Smarty. Oh, Smarty! No.
Jesus Christ. I don't know whether I feel sorry for myself more or your wife. Having to fucking see you dressed.
You stepped on the wrong
like that.
podcast, mate. That was.
Are you ready?
Oh my word!
Are you ready for your questions? Are you ready for your questions, lad?
Christ.
Obviously Scottish.
Jesus.
Fire away. Fire away, Quizmaster.
My accent will change, I'll tell you that for one thing.
Go on then, quickly.
Smarty, first question. You're a tall lad. We're small lads. Who's the tallest Leeds player ever?
Ooh. I'd have to say it's between Rio Ferdinand and probably Matt Smith. I'm going to go Rio Ferdinand.
Ooh. Danny, do you want to have a little...
I'm going to go Matt Smith. Matt Smith.
Pontus Jansson.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Fuck.
6'4". Who's the smallest?
Same size as me. Smallest.
Got to be on tour.
Got
to be on tour.
Maybe Liam Bridcut. Could be on tour. Could be Chris Dawson.
Ooh.
He was very small. I'm going to go Liam Bridcut.
You're going to go Leon Pridgett, are you?
Or what about Billy Bremner?
No. It's Aaron Lennon. 5'4".
Oh,
Aaron. Go on then. And the last one.
Pond here.
That's it. That's the two questions. I've got a.
Oh, right.
I've got another challenge here for Smarty. What is the world record for the number of Smarties eaten in 3 minutes using chopsticks? Chopsticks.
Fucking 7.
I don't know. You could probably, if a customizer, an accustomed chopstick user could probably, I don't know. I'm gonna go with 135.
Oh, so close. 175.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, thanks for
Failed.
dropping by, Quizmaster. Yeah. He does drop in randomly, so this is the first time he's actually, this is what happens when I download the wrong software for the Nalp 3000.
What you trying to
Anyway.
say, Daniel?
Bloody Quizmaster.
He will be in my fucking nightmares for weeks.
Yeah, I wonder where James is. He's taking a while for this drink. Oh, mate, you just missed it. You just missed it. The Quizmaster.
What?
You just missed the
Who?
Quizmaster, mate. The
What are you talking
Quizmaster.
about?
You've just missed him.
You're fucking lying. Fuck off. You're lying.
Honestly,
You're a liar.
a cross between a Sharpay and Gandalf. It's honestly, you won't believe it. Anyway,
I'll
have to watch it back.
mate,
Right.
You're lying to me.
There is, so we'll talk you now. I've thrown myself off. There is rumours of Firpo as Smart looks delighted. Trust me, I saw the table rise.
Like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah.
Somehow
nice.
we've turned from a
that.
podcast. We've turned from a podcast to a fucking pantomime. It's unreal.
It's good. I think I've worked out your code for.
Oh no,
Anyway.
that was just because I don't know. I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
But anyway. So going back to the interview, he talks about players such as Buendia. We went for Carvalho. Carvalho ended up going to Brentford for like 20 million. James, I'll get your thoughts on this. I mean, was there any point in going for him in the first place? Because you've got Buendia, who it'd take a lot of money for him to drop down. You've got Carvalho, who went for 20 million. But then he goes on to say that Hamer, we put in 13 million. We got told that there was a chance, so we held off. But then we got told he's not for sale at all, even to you. It's not happening.
Especially to you.
Especially to us, yeah. So surely there were other 10s out there, or are we waiting until January, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think we're okay. I think we've got more than enough to get us through at least till January. I don't know, mate. I mean, the Hamer thing, if they're saying no to us, they're saying no to us. I mean, we're all thinking that an extra so and so million is going to get him. That might not have been the case. He might be telling the truth. I mean, I don't, like I said to you on Sunday, I'll focus on the football, mate. If the football results are good and we're playing well and we've seen improvements around the ground and the stadium and whatnot, I'm happy. All this malarkey about buying players and that, I'll just see the players that we've got and I'll just work with that, mate. I don't give a shit what he says, good or bad, to be honest with you.
That's fair, and that's a good time to go through life, I think. With that saying, I don't give a shit. I can't, Buendia, Carvalho, I think they'd have been great for us, but I think we put too many eggs in the basket for Hamer. I don't think he ever wanted to come or leave. I think January we have to go for a 10, if you ask me. If because we can't. Dan James is out for 4 weeks, which then adds to the injury list. But another bit of news is that Salai, the Shalai, is it pronounced?
Roland Shalai.
Yeah, he's going to that club in Turkey for 5 million quid. Now we could have got him for 9 million quid. 9 million euros. But is there something fishy there, Smarty? In your opinion?
Right, James. Do you know what? On our podcast, I said that we would go in for Roland Shalai in January for 5 million, and that's just blown my mind because he had a year left on his contract. They were hesitant to go in and spend big on someone that's obviously got a year left on the contract and could walk away at the end of the season for absolutely zilch. So I said on ours, I said I can see us going back in for Roland Shalai in the next transfer window, dangle a bit of cash in front of the nose and see what happens. Obviously, he's gone to the Galascum, so he's dead to me now. Fuck you, geezer. Buendia would have never have come down to us anyway because he refused to drop down the league. He said, "I'm done with the Championship. No, thank you very much," which is understandable because he's a very good player and he's at a very good team in Villa. So fair play to him. Who else did we go for?
Cavallo, Buendia,
Luby boy.
Saw him in the Championship last year for Hull. Wasn't impressed that much, if I'm honest. I don't see the hype around him. Understand that he's a good player, but would there be a lot of hype around him? It'd obviously come at quite a large packet as well. Nah, Hamer didn't surprise me at all. What I didn't understand about Kinnear's comment about him saying that we won't sell to Leeds United, or especially Leeds United, like, well, we just lifted Jayden Bogle from you early in the season, so there was or must have been some sort of negotiations there. They wouldn't just go, sorry, no, we're not selling to you. It was like, well, we just bought one of your players, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. So I'm not buying that. I just think that maybe that they may have priced Hamer too high, and he is without doubt their best player. Would they want to see their best player go to a direct rival? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, money talks. And they will have P&S stuff to obviously comply with as well, so they've got to be really careful. I think if we'd have gone in with big dicks swinging and gone, here's fucking maybe not 20 million, but 20 million for example, they would have found it hard to turn that down. I think.
Yeah,
but it is one of them. But we do need a dedicated number 10. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. I think we. Here's a crazy shout. The craziest shout is Dele Alli a shout. James?
Not on recent evidence, no. If we could get some sort of form from when he went to Tottenham, maybe, but what he's been like in the past few sort of times he's played, no, it's not really any good anymore.
I've got a counter question for you, Daniel, about Dele Alli. Why would you think?
I've seen the video.
Why would you consider him even fit enough or good enough at this stage of his career to fit into our squad?
Because I believe in redemption, Mr. James Smart. Because I don't know, it's just a name that I thought. He's a free agent, I believe. He's left Everton. Sorry, why not?
He's a broken man. Tom Walton's down in your comments saying that he's a broken man. He's out of form. And for me, during our Orta period, when he was taking on broken players and, there's a good player in there somewhere, I am fucking burned and scorned to death with them sort of calibre of players. So not in my life would I ever want to see a player like Dele Alli walk through the doors at Ellen Road. Great player, great guy, but he's very much a has-been. So no, I'm
That's
not down.
fair.
And a hazard.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is, fuck off, Danny. You don't
basically.
know shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Now, Spurs, Newcastle, and other Premier League clubs are now looking at Harry Gray. Should we be shitting ourselves, James? Would he go? Do you think? Because we can't sign him till he's 17 officially on a pro contract. So they could swipe him off us.
They could, yeah. Well, they did it to his brother, so if he gets offered the same sort of promises and money.
Yeah.
As we found out today, apparently that was what he needs and what he desires. So his brother might not be any different if he gets advice from his family as well, saying you should go. And so
Yeah, okay.
who knows anymore?
Yeah. Smarty, big loss for
Anyone-
lose Harry.
Anyone with a brain cell that has seen Archie Gray play would take a hit, or would definitely take a chance and stick, I don't know, probably even up to 10 million, especially someone like City or a Chelsea or anyone else. 10 million to them is absolutely nothing. And there'd not be a right lot we could do about it. You know, Finlay Gorman went for 6 million, to City. So
yeah,
there'd be nothing that we could do. You know, if they go up to his agent or to him, or however they do it these days, I have no idea. And go, right, 10 million quid, you're coming to us. He's definitely worth that punt based on the fact that everyone, all his coaching staff, everyone at Leeds has said that Harry is a better player than Archie. Archie's a great kid with a massive, massive ceiling, and he's already performing well for Tottenham as it is. So why wouldn't you?
yeah.
I couldn't give a shiny shite anymore. I'll be totally honest. And this might not be the answer that you're expecting, but it's definitely the answer that I'll give you. I don't give a flying fuck about players like Archie Gray or Harry Gray anymore, because there is no loyalty in football anymore. As soon as you dangle a little bit of juice in front of someone, they're like fucking moths to a flame, and they're off. So as far as I'm concerned,
flies to a flame.
Show me the money and fucking get you sent off, old shagger. See you later.
That's fair. Like flies
No
to a
time for
flame.
it. Flies to a flame.
Right, quickly we'll round it off this section because we are running a bit over. Now the rumours unconfirmed. Would you give this man an extension? Apparently, he's, according to rumours and some journalistic websites, he is open to an extension. Whether he wants to or not, that's open to interpretation. But Smarty, right quick, would you slap down a contract for him?
Yeah, I think we've finally seen the Firpo that we signed, or that we thought we were signing over these last couple of seasons. I think, I think he's definitely worth a punt. He's Firpo. We've got plenty of backup as well now in those sort of wing back positions as well, just in case it doesn't work out. I think he's earned his right to try his second blast at the Premier League should we get promoted. He's playing really, really well. So yeah, I would definitely have a punt on him. Give him another contract. He deserves it as well, doesn't he? He's played really well. I think
he's earned it. Yeah. What about you, James?
And you would have never got me saying that 2 years ago. I was saying that I could play better football than Firpo. Jesus Christ, what a turnaround!
Yeah. Well, it's that famous clip of Joe Wayman saying, "I'm better than Firpo," and now Lord Ash. I know you watch. I know you watch him, mate. Well done. He keeps putting it out on Twitter. What about you, James? Would you?
Maybe I would. Based on his attacking, because he's really good going forward. We've finally seen how good he is, why he was bought. Still question his defence. And I mean, he might get away with it, like I said, he'll get away with it in this league. But in the Premier League, his defending won't cut it. I don't think it will anyway. I can't see a massive improvement in that defensive ability. But going forward, for that reason, I would. But we'll see. A few games he gets toasted in the Premier League, he'll be out of the team. So.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? It's like he's playing well in the Championship, but that step up, you never know. That's why that might be even what Schmidt has been brought in for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, so like in previous seasons where we've been up there, you've got to look at the tactical part of it as well. Under Bielsa went hell for leather. To hell with defending sort of style. Jesse Marsh, oh Jesus Christ, We won't go too far into that. I mean, there were gaping holes everywhere. That was just horrendous. Under Farker, we're defensively more solid. So it could be completely different. But then again, you see Junior Firpo trotting up on the right wing. You're thinking, that's a strange area for you to be roaming around the pitch in.
Yeah. Well, before we go on, has anything come through the post, James?
I don't know, mate. Let me have a little.
It has been. Well, let's get into story time.
James, it's story time.
Great jingle,
Hello.
these, man. I don't know who makes them. And who's
So
the confession this week?
I'll go into it, mate. I've got loads of letters, but this one seems like it needs to be read out. So I'm going to do that one.
Go for it, mate. The floor is yours.
Dear James, I'll try and do it in his accent, but what the fuck is wrong with your club? Granted, Leeds United is the best club in the world, but I've had enough of all my players wanting to join you. Firstly, Bogle, going for a poxy measly 5 mil. You just sold Archie Gray for 40. Bogle has prem experience, you muppets. You should have given me at least 50 mil for Bogle. Then Hamer, 13 mil. We paid 15 mil for him. So you should be offered me at least 200 mil. And then he just wrote Bamford in capital letters across the middle. I said to Steinson or Thunberg, whichever Greta it is, 13 million per row, then we have a deal. Hamer was already practicing and marching on together. I overheard Perot crying when Greta asked him, and him saying, but how can a ham sandwich manage? Then the line went dead. The only way Hamer will play for us now is we have to pretend we're Leeds United. You've royally yanked us over a fucking chain. The only reason we got hacky sack from Palace is because he's a massive fan of my little brother, Deontay. And I promised him ticket to his next fight. Also, a Sega Mega Drive, a copy of the movie Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater, some ball boy shoes, signed by Alan Hansen, a life-size cardboard cutout of Dale Winton wearing the OG Batman costume donned by Adam West. I promise he can wear the shirt numbers 7, 9, 11, 26 and 45 on top of each other at every game. An A4 frame picture of Rick Moranis, a lifetime supply of Sillet Bang, and the dirt is gone, and so much more. Basically, we've pulled out all the stops so we wouldn't go to you. Ha 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 ha. Right now. Jesus Christ, this goes on. Right now, you have a lot. You're ahead of us, but not for long. I'm creeping up, and I'm coming from behind all over, the lot of you. And if Fat wants some, don't worry. I'll have plenty left over for him. I hope you get relegated to the fucking Samoan Soccer League, you right set of ball bags. Anyway, there's something until we meet. It's a game on. Get ready. Be prepared. Don't be scared. None of you will be spared. I never cared. Oh, fuck it. It's Chris Wilder signing off. Slags. So, Chris Wilder there.
Yeah, a well-known Cockney, Chris Wilder.
He
Has
needed
he signed
to
it
get
in
a lot of
blood?
Yeah,
Has he
there's a
signed
lot
it
of
in blood?
spit. There's some of the creams that I don't really want to touch, but
Right.
I think he's aired a lot of
What
grievances.
What medicine would you give him? In fact, I've all aboard, Chris Wilder. You need to get on this, mate. The outrage bus. Yeah, so that is this week's confessions.
James, it's story time.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get John Williams on the blower. These jingles keep just smashing it.
Honestly.
Right, let's get on to Burnley. The real reason why we're here. We play Burnley tomorrow at 12:30. Are you going, Smarty?
I might do. Might turn up. Might go for a little while.
Might pop in. Yeah, I get it. Right, so we are undefeated in our last 5 against Burnley. Granted, I think we had that good spell in the Premier League, didn't we? Where Rodrigo just tore into bits one day. Smarty, what's your thoughts?
Was that the Phillips pass as well for one of them?
Yeah, I was about to say
Phillips pass
that.
to Harrison on the wing.
Yeah,
That's one of the
that
best
volley
things
sort
I've
of
ever
pass.
seen in football.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's unreal, wasn't it? Sorry, Danny.
No, it's all right, mate. You just do what you want. Yeah. You just do what you want. No, get us your thoughts on the game tomorrow, mate. Do you think is it the same team for you, or would you make changes?
No, I'd like to see us largely unchanged. I think the guys who started us against Hull, did enough to warrant a start against a Burnley, unless there's obviously no injuries, but I don't think there is. I think there's only Max Verber who's injured.
Ginger.
Little Ginger. I think he could be Ginger, Anyway, we digress. Yes, I think we should stick with the same team. I'm looking forward to it. I think that Burnley will challenge at the top of the table. It's going to be a good game, and they usually bring some decent fans with them as well. So it's going to be a great day all out, I think. Hopefully we win, though.
I think this is our big.
It's going to be a good
test.
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for us, and I think I think we'll get the better of them. I think we're still, the best team in the league. I really do, especially with the new additions and stuff. So I think hopefully we'll tear them a new arsehole tomorrow. Up the fucking Whites.
The mighty Peacocks. What about you, James? I know you're ever so positive.
Well, if we're being real, we're playing against the only other manager to get out of this league twice. We're not the only other manager, but like he's done the same as Farka for two different clubs. So you have to give him a bit of credit. He knows. Yeah, he has to. Well, he's got up twice. You know what I mean? He's got two promotions on it in his resume. Yeah, I think he's good at this level. He knows how to win games at this level. But are they going to be ready for tomorrow? I don't know. I think we might overrule them a bit tomorrow. But they probably will be up there at the end of the season. Yeah, we're going to just do on tomorrow, I think.
Good. I agree. I think my head's telling me 2-2, but I think it's 3-2 to Leeds for me. I just feel like they'll be up for it on the back of a good run. But the only thing is, Burnley don't have as much internationals away. Do you know what I mean? But they've stifled. I mean, they won 4 and 5-0 respectively, I believe, against Luton and Sheffield Wednesday. I think. In fact, I've got it here. What are you talking about, Danny? Yeah, so they beat Luton 4-1, beat Cardiff 5-0. Then they lost to Sunderland and drew against Blackburn. So that's stifled. They've had a week and a bit to sit on that. As opposed to that, we've come at the back of two wins and a draw. So I think momentum will carry us, and the positive vibe for us. But one thing that we will see tomorrow is the return of Jade and Anthony Smarty. I think that it wasn't his fault. He didn't play as much last season. I just don't think Farka rated him because of the Sinisterra trade deal with Bournemouth, and I just don't think Farka rated him. But yeah, he did have a bit of a bad time, didn't he, last season? I don't think he's a bad player, to be honest. He's already got an assist.
No. It's not his fault that he's not as good as Nonto or Dan James or Somerville. It's not his fault. And
Dan James is out for 4 weeks.
On the grand scale of it, Nonto and Somerville were starting every week mainly. Well, obviously Nonto not to start with, given that he was a little shit out at the start of the season. But we're never going to get in the team over those three. So he always played second fiddle to them. But good play. I can't wait to sing "You're Too Shit" to play for Leeds team. That'll be a good day.
That's if you go. Or are you going to do it at the telly?
What?
Unless you do it at the telly.
Well, yeah, I might be sat at home in my smoking jacket and my Crocs.
Your fleece-lined Crocs.
Yes,
velvet.
Absolutely.
You should smoke your
velvet. Have you got velvet-lined ones for special occasions?
Wait, I've got something to show you.
Oh, great. Oh, no, it's not.
Ready? Are you ready? I'm going to show you one of my Croc charms. Bosh.
Is that for renders?
Yeah, it's off my.
Is that like the new Pandora thing? Crocs. You can buy charms for it and stuff.
Yeah, man. They're called gibbets, not giblets.
Giblets.
Yeah. Right then, James, the return of Jade and Anthony, mate. Will you sing that song? And what were your thoughts on him last season? Right, quick.
I thought it was shit. To be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I mean, he scored a couple of goals. But then, I mean, he was all right. He seemed a bit, I don't know. For me, I didn't see enough of him to make a real good judgment on him. Maybe, he's a lot better than what he was for us last season. And he might get a run of games at Burnley and show what he's worth. But he didn't really have that. And whenever we come on, we was expecting amazing stuff from him. And it just never happened. So you're always wanting Somerville back in there. And you're always wanting Nonto back in there. So it was hard for him. But I can't really say whether he's a good player or not because he scored 2 goals in this team. So, but I don't know, mate. He might be incredible.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
Just didn't get enough time, did he?
Point to prove
yeah, that's it. I can't sit because I don't watch other people. I don't watch other teams, so I don't know. I'll see him tomorrow. He might be good tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He might come back with a point to prove and say,
yeah,
fuck you, this is what you missed out on, boys. Yeah,
he might do, and fair play to him if he does. Fair enough. I'm all
Let's
for
go
that sort of shithousery.
Let's get some predictions then. James, what are you saying? Who scores and what score?
Scores. I'm going 3-0.
3-0.
I think we might have a brace from Joseph. Ooh, let me think. Solomon. Go on then.
Nice. Yeah, nice. What about you, Smarty? Predictions?
2-1 Leeds, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be. I think Aronson will bag, and I'm going to go strike header.
Yeah, not a direct header though. It'll bounce and hit his elbow, then hit his head, and then go in. Something like that. He can't
score a penalty.
You can score penalties.
Strike with the pens. Yeah.
Zane, the ever optimist, bro, has gone 2-1 Burnley because I think he's trying to do a reverse jinx in the universe thing.
Is the Gilly in the comments there?
Einar 3-1 to Leeds as always, but then he follows it up with I always say to him, I'm never right though, which is not the attitude we want, Einar. But yeah, I think 3-2 Leeds. I think we score in the 80 odd minute.
I don't think we concede, or it might be just one. That's just me being trying to maybe over positive, but I think Melee will have drop a stink tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, but as XG, I mean, I'm not one to look or thrive on stats or anything, but you look at the XG faced over the last couple of games. Granted, it were Hull and Sheffield Wednesday, but fucking hell, we are really, really good defensively. You can't respect him when he's a negative Nigel all the time.
She did. Yeah. My Smarty's talking to Zane, not Blaze Ray. She did. Unfortunately, she did pass away, but he still, respect to him for he needed to take time.
Yeah.
So. Right, so we will finish up with Top Knob. If you don't know what Top Knob is, why haven't you liked and subscribed? So basically what we do, whoever's wound us up, we will nominate them, put them in and we vote. I have the deciding vote and we put them in for Top Knob and they will go on the chart for Top of the Knobs. So let's get into Top Knob this week.
Top Knob.
I'll send you a text later, John. All right, bye. Sorry, John Williams, the conductor.
Composer.
Who's pissed shot? Yeah, that's what, same thing. You conduct and compose.
He's on a bus.
He's on a bus. He does.
It's the same thing. I tell you what, you're both on my top knob list already. Smarty, who's wound you up this week, mate?
Do you have a knob league?
Yes, but not the one we're talking about.
It's a different show. It's a different show.
Yes, you have to pay. You have to pay a premium to do that one.
I don't know. I've been racking my brains. I think I'm gonna have to nominate Max Verber for top knob because he's a shit bastard. He's a rat, and he's gone away, got injured, on purpose. So we don't have to see how shit he is in the championship.
That's true. Are you locking that in for Verber then?
That is sealed. Max Verber.
What about you, James?
I'm actually going to go a bit left wing. And when I say left wing, I mean Keir Starmer. Taking away the old people's monies in winter and letting his little mates still claim expenses on energy. So I'm going Keir Starmer. For being
look at this comment.
People. Yes,
Lee Carsley for pretending to be Irish. What's that?
What about frigging Rice for pretending to give a shit about not celebrating? Get a grip, you absolute wazzock.
What did he do?
He didn't celebrate because he's like no one's ever seen that shit before. You don't celebrate because it's an old country that you used to play for. Jesus Christ! Oh, sorry. You're gonna make me feel sorry for fucking playing for the country that I was born.
Grealish did though, didn't he?
Grealish didn't give a shit. Like, yes, get on there.
Grealish loves it. Yeah, Grealish loves it. Who should I now? I can't go Wilder again because he's not done all this week. But
you can.
There's always one solid nomination. Always one solid nomination in the background. Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know who's pissed me off. I don't know.
Any Luca? Just for being
no. We're staying well away from that because I don't want police bashing down my door again.
It's always a solid choice.
Yeah.
Have you got a book there that you're looking at, Danny? Who's the worst knobs in the world?
He's looking at the knob league.
I've tried to because Wilder's winning. He's running away with it with 2, and I don't want him to. This, by the way, if you don't know, this is what Smarty looks like when we talk about Eni Luco. This is anyway. Do you know what? I'll go with everyone. So that is I'll go with the FA actually for the Leicester stuff. So FA and your two things. So you are this week's Topus Nobus, as we say in ancient Rome.
Top Knob.
That is the end of this week's podcast. Smarty, thank you very much, mate, for turning up and putting up with our shit. And you dealt with the Quizmaster very well. James, I'll have to fill you in after
bullshitting
this.
about this. Fuck off.
And then film it, and people can watch it later on. And then I'll tell you about the Quizmaster. Okay. Yeah. So Smarty, ought to know better. Is one out yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
Tuesdays the main pod where a couple of us get together and have a bit of a ramble about whatever's going on in the world. It might even sometimes allude to Leeds United. And then there'll be myself and Luke. I'll be on for the Berardi and Cook tomorrow. We do the post-match stuff tomorrow.
Oh, you do post-match stuff. Yeah, so make sure you go and watch that tomorrow. James, I believe we're back on Sunday. I don't know if Kev will be there because he's rather poorly. But we'll be there to talk about the game on Saturday on there. Is there anything else you would like to drop in before we go, boys?
I'd like to drop into a few things, but I don't think it's
the Knob League being one of them.
Yeah, I'll have to sort out the Knob League. Top of the knobs. But yeah, thanks again, Smarty. It's been a pleasure
as always.
To have
Thanks
you
for having me on.
Yeah. It always is. Yeah, please, everyone, please do like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we are on about 820 something. So hit that like. More that like gets hit, and the subscribes go up, we can actually get more content out, and we're trying to, as you can tell. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next week.